Hey guys, welcome to Mark My Words, where I do some honest reviews and personal opinions on some products that I've purchased from eBay, Amazon, Alixpress. They're my main three sources of purchase things from. Occasionally I do purchase from other places that maybe have a cracking deal on when I do a wee Google search. So without further ado, this video is reviewing the vibration alarm that you can purchase from AliExpress, Banggood and such sources from China. What I have actually done is I've mounted this to the underside of my saddle. This is a rig that I'm fitting to my e-bike, okay, so you'll see it attached to the FUD buster here. I probably should have done this little video beforehand, but I wanted to show you how it looks discreetly hidden out the way. It's as if that saddle's made for fitting that right there underneath, okay. I've used a white zip tie just as a test to hold it in place, but sorry about the notifications, I should have really muted that phone. Next time I take that off, that'll be replaced with a black one. But this little gizmo set me back about £10 on AliExpress, and I'll say that in the year of having it, I kept it on the sensitivity settings that it was on when it came out the box. The manual, being from China, isn't the most easiest to understand. Obviously the translations and stuff, so a lot of people have a little bit of bother programming this sort of thing, but for me personally, I just kept it to the same sensitivity settings that came out of the box. Maybe the only thing I did was actually alter the actual tone that it gives off, the alarm tone when it activates. In the year of having it, I have changed the batteries once, and I only just did that the other week there. So I'd probably actually say maybe just over a year, and that was from the bog standard, whatever no brand name fancy cells that was within. I changed them over to AA, or was it AAA? Can't quite recall. But anyways, I changed it to Duracells, so they should last a good bit longer on my moderate use. And this thing is pretty loud. I mean, don't get me wrong, if you're in a building, your bike's outside, I'm going to say you probably won't hear it, to be quite honest with you. But for me, I use this as an alert when my bike's nearby and I'm storing it indoors, and I want to know if maybe a colleague's moving my bike from a storeroom or something. Then at least I'll get the alert that you know, someone's near your bike, go and check it, sort of thing. But if you're indoors, you're using this outdoors, it's a 50-50 to whether you'll hear it, because I do believe it's pretty loud, which we'll get to in a minute, but I just still don't think it's quite on par with having a mains powered alarm. But you know, for £10, battery operated, something small and discreet that you can fit under your saddle, out the way, that's the best place I thought to place it, to be honest with you. You can barely see it there, yeah, it's the best place for it to be, because the first place someone's probably going to bump or move is your saddle. So what we'll do here is we have the keyring, and there's like one button on here you don't really use. The middle button, if you tap that, you can cycle through the different tones that it makes. You have the disarm button and you have the arm button, okay? So if we press the arm button, and I must stress that the remote in this, the battery in this remote is as it was from the day I got it. I haven't changed the battery. I couldn't even tell you what kind of battery it is in there, but I'm guessing it's probably like a C-rated battery, one of the little button type batteries, most likely. So probably won't have to change that for a little bit yet. So we hit this button, and you'll hear that's pretty loud, and then it'll beep again to let you know it's now set. Now, if someone was to come up and have a nosy around your bike and they gave it a little nudge, that's the alert you get. You get that once, okay, to let you know that someone's near your bike. There's a sort of like delay on it, and if they nudge it again, yeah, it goes off, and it's pretty deafening. Okay. So it's a pretty good little alarm for that, because as I say, if I hear the alert that, you know, my bike's been bumped, I'll go check it. But if someone else is, someone's been around my bike, is, you know, having a little nosy or whatever, then they'll inadvertently, automatically hit the bike within that little delay, and it'll just trigger the alarm off until you deal with it. The remote itself's got a range of, I would say, through a wall of about 5 metres, probably double that in a clear line of sight. But having real world tested it, I'd say about 5 metres through a wall, I can activate and deactivate this alarm. Not only is it useful for on your bike, but you could fit it to like your shed door or something. Change the sensitivity settings, of course, because the wind could activate that. I have had my bike sitting outside a friend's house, set the alarm, and just the wind movement of the bike has triggered it through how sensitive the high sensitivity level is. Doesn't necessarily bother me, because I'd rather it activated and I know to check my bike than not have it activate. So that's my review on this little Chinese alarm from Alixpress. I believe they now do a rechargeable version, which I may acquire in the future, and I'll review that also. That comes with a 500 milliamp hour rechargeable battery, I believe, and it looks a little bit more premium than this here. But, you know, as much as this is plastic and flimsy, in the box that I don't have handy, comes with a couple of zip ties you can thread through either side, a little plastic sort of like shim, if you like, for opening the back up to be able to replace the batteries. I just used a flat-edged screwdriver and a Phillips screwdriver for the one screw that's mounted on the bottom side for actually removing the back cover to do the batteries. So obviously it's not practical that you would have to cut your zip ties each time you want to change your batteries. However, I would say that obviously getting a year or just over a year out of a set of batteries is more unsuitable for having to remove it just that odd time. Different if you're having to remove it every other week. That's maybe where the rechargeable one will win out, because you maybe just be able to mount it, forget it, when it needs recharging, just run your cable to it and charge it. Maybe even carry a power bank with you and do the alarm charge off a power bank or something. But my next review, I'll do something more e-bike related again. My bike is actually in the process of being made and shipping, and with the current circumstances surrounding the pandemic at the moment, I could be waiting a little bit of time for that. So hopefully in the near future I can get you a little video of my ride up as well. Anyways, thanks for listening to me blabbering on about this little alarm. Thanks for checking out my review of it, and I'll catch you in the next one.